Here we go. What can we do with this leftover scrap metal? We can follow this pro, Mr. Patina, and use machining to make cool metal dice. First, he cuts a piece of suitable size from the rod. Why use a bandsaw? Simple, the lathe tool isn't long enough. Once the blank is ready, he faces both ends to make them flat. A good foundation is very important. Without a reference plane, all subsequent work will be a waste of time. With both ends done, to machine the round surface, he needs a special base. Placing it under the vise and securing the top clamps creates a 3-point hold. It's very stable before milling. He also needs to set the outer reference. Then he mills in layers, taking 1 millimeter per pass to make the third reference plane. Layered cutting is easy to understand. The steel is hard. If the cut is too deep, the tool stress is too high. It causes chatter and leaves tool marks. It can even ruin the dimensions. With 3 reference planes, he uses square blocks to continue milling. The goal now is clear. Turn the steel block into a 26 millimeter perfect cube. Though after each face, it must be flipped and clamped and aligned, but thanks to the reference planes, the process is quite easy. Once the cube is formed, he uses a course standard skill, manual chamfering. This just removes burrs and sharp edges. He doesn't cut too deep. After deburring, next, he needs to machine an 18 millimeter diameter, 2.2 millimeter deep groove on each face. These grooves are for installing the other scrap metal, brass. Inlaying brass creates a silver and gold look that will look amazing. After machining all the grooves, he processes the cube's edges deeply for real dice to roll well and tumble. They can't have sharp edges. He tilts the vise 45 degrees and along the edges mills down 1.5 millimeters. The corners where edges meet are also cut at 45 degrees. Now the main body is done. Next, he uses a brass rod to make the brass discs for the inlay. Calling it an inlay isn't quite right. It's just easier to understand. The actual assembly method is an interference fit. The groove diameter is 18 millimeters, but the brass discs will be 18.2 millimeters. Because of this, pressing a larger disc into a smaller groove requires a lot of pressure. For this, he made a special block. It works with the vise to apply straight pressure. When the larger brass piece is forced in, tiny elastic deformation occurs, creating high friction at the contact surface. This is an interference fit, no glue, screws, or joints needed. The size difference alone locks it firmly in place. Another detail here. He only presses to discs at a time. Then he mills off the excess brass. Then presses the next two. The reason was mentioned earlier: to keep a flat reference plane. Since the interference fit causes slight deformation, the surface couldn't be used as a reference. Now that all 6 sides are done, he uses this plastic die to copy the dots onto each face. Before drilling, he uses a center punch to mark the coordinates accurately. Seeing this, many might wonder, each side has different dots. Doesn't the -1 dot side lose more material than the 1 dot side? This would break the weight balance. To fix this weight issue on regular dice, the depth and size of the holes and even the paint used are carefully balanced. But here, he didn't seem to notice. He made all the holes the same size and depth. This means this metal die is more of a display piece. If you actually rolled it, the lightest side with 1 dot would face up more. With that said, making this metal die is at its final stage, sanding and polishing. He starts with 120 grit sandpaper and works his way up to 1500 grit. During this step-by-step sanding, coarse sandpaper removes tool marks and deep scratches, while fine sandpaper removes marks from the previous grit. So sanding and polishing must be done step by step. This mirror finish die is the final product? How does it look? Also, a quick question. For such a versatile little object, what do you prefer to call it? That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye everyone. Once again, thanks for joining the Restoration channel. Bye.